Kansas, the people in Kansas have been absolutely spectacular. So wonderfully generous, so helpful, so hospitable, just like terrific. But the weather, wow.
Yeah, this is what I've heard.
Wow, that's all I'm going to say. Wow. All right, so we started in Seattle on May 27th, beginning our 4,200-mile journey. This is our 8th state, or we're entering our 8th state once we get into Missouri. We've encountered every condition imaginable along the way, but we have to say the only thing that has slowed us down a little bit has been the weather in Kansas. So literally once we crossed from Nebraska into Kansas, all of a sudden we discovered why everybody warned us about the winds. And they're coming, and they're fast and furious, and they come from all directions, which really has caused some challenges for us because we've dealt with the heat. And one thing also that we've also noticed is that everyone said Kansas was flat. Not so. Western Kansas, we did more climbing in our first 2 days in western Kansas than we did in the Rockies. So it's been a challenge the entire way. I think we've overcome it, although we are behind about 70 miles, so we're going to catch up with that today.
So facioscapulohumeral muscular dystrophy, and the name kind of describes where people are weak in their face, their shoulders, and their arms initially. It's one of the most common muscular dystrophies we see in adults. Although it's not a life-limiting disease, it can cause a lot of problems over the course of the lifetime. So you can imagine if you can't reach up over your head, that can be a real difficulty. And as the disease progresses, it can affect the legs to the point where people require wheelchairs to get around, and that can impact your life considerably. And we just recently got funds from the NIH to run a very large study of 150 individuals to help us better understand the natural history of the disease so we can get prepared to run clinical trials and maybe help get a cure or at least a therapy that will help people.
Chris and I first met a few years back. I actually coached his niece in basketball at St. Joseph's College, and we developed a very close relationship. And watching him, he has FSHD. So he's actually been an inspiration not only to me, but to our entire team, because we watch his daily struggles. We watch what he goes through just to walk from here to the sidewalk, just for him to try to climb up a few flights of stairs, just for him to even get into a car or get into a bus or get into an airplane. We've seen the struggles that not only he has endured, but also the families that we've met along the way have endured. So for us, even though 4,200 miles on a bike, dealing with wind and dealing with mountains and dealing with everything that we've had to manage and overcome is just a small hurdle, a small obstacle compared to what they're dealing with every day. So we feel that, in a way, by us pedaling and raising awareness for the cause and for the people who are afflicted with it, that we'll be able to help inspire them to keep fighting. They are certainly inspiring us to keep fighting, and I think together we can team up to actually be effective and find some sort of way to cure this dreaded disease.